Welcome to the Riot podcast for Tuesday, February 15th.
Happy day after Valentine's Day. Happy day after that of the Super Bowl. So now it's just a normal day.
What was, we should start doing this. Isaiah, what was your favorite part of the show?
Aww.
See, I don't know if I'd have a favorite part of the show. I did.
Oh, wow.
I would say,
Thanks, Isaiah.
I love so much of it,
There's too much good stuff.
I got to try an energy drink, so that was exciting. Did I thoroughly enjoy it? No. And I can't even consider my favorite part, even though usually food fights like, oh yeah, that was the best part.
Yeah.
We got to eat or drink something, but it was just so trash that I couldn't even consider that my favorite part.
We chase tested the Baya Starbucks energy drinks.
So that's not a favorite.
Not a favorite, but one story that I thought was particularly funny was the one about the dating app with fish.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, how weird is that?
Because in my mind, we were talking about which fish you should choose to be your prop for the dating app so that you get more likes. But the whole time I was just thinking, if you need a prop to get likes, I think we need to start looking at picture quality, how you're dressing.
Yeah.
It's just your profile pic says a lot about you. So for this fishing site, it was like, hey, what's the best fish to have on your profile pic to kind of get you some more clicks and likes and stuff?
If you really like, spoiler alert, bass was the striped bass was the lowest. If you really like fishing for bass, maybe you should still put it on there. And if somebody can't accept that you like fishing for bass, then they can't accept you.
Oh my gosh, we forgot the whole catfishing joke.
Oh man, we did.
How did we miss that?
You Photoshop a different fish in there?
Yeah.
Catfish.
This is the ultimate catfishing.
Literal catfish.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow. We did fail on that
Yeah, we
one.
missed it. Oh well.
You at least get it for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, that's
a bonus.
Oh, is that a bonus content?
Yeah.
Oh, the bonus content. I know.
And it also made us realize we don't know a lot about types of fish.
No.
So learn as we discover a few new types of fish.
Another one that I thought was particularly funny was the baby talk one that we did. And I related to this one because a lot of people like baby talk with their dog, you know?
Yeah.
I don't with Jim. I don't do a voice with them. A lot of people are to have their little voice to do with their dog.
Yeah.
And I would always people would be like, why don't you use
A baby
a
talk?
voice?
Maybe he'd stop being so destructive.
I know, but I think I'm well, it just shows the respect we have for each other. I don't want to treat him
I don't know
like
if
he's
he
a little
respects
boy.
you.
But there's
Hang on,
you know what? The
hang
respect I have for
on.
him, I guess, is where we're at.
Because he poops in your house still.
On my
and
clothes.
He has I'm not saying he has no respect for you, but you guys have a weird relationship.
We do have a very weird relationship, but I do show him respect
Yeah.
because I do talk to him in a normal voice. I don't give the baby talk
Very
voice.
authoritative.
I do. I just
Yeah.
have normal conversations with him. I
Well,
try
it's
to
hard
respect him, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to yell at him in a baby voice.
Yeah, exactly. We actually never communicate other than me just saying, Jim, what are you doing? Off the counter, again.
And we found out Hudson just says shut up to his dog
I do.
over and over.
I do. We talked a bit after, because that's what I say when we talk about it on the show. But then after I was talking to Nikki, I was like, I think I've moved past shut up, and I've just moved on to, oh, would you just drop it? Would you, just stop.
Well,
Nobody
Hudson's
needs to hear
dog
this.
And my
Please.
dog Rolo have the same problem. They bark outside the window.
Yep.
And I swear one day the glass will be broken
Oh,
in my
100%.
front window.
Yeah.
And we try to reason with them like you were speaking to an adult.
Yeah.
I'll go in there and be like, there's no one there. You don't have to worry about it. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to get him to look at me and go, well, you're right. I should
Yeah.
stop doing this. shouldn't I?"
I think a lot of times, and obviously, I don't know if you remember, there's an old Saturday Night Live with Will Ferrell where he shows talking down and being sarcastic to your dog, and
Yeah.
that's the new training thing. And actually, that's probably a lot what I do to my dog at this point. It's just kind of sarcastic, as if she's going to pick up on that.
Sure.
The sarcasm?
Daddy's saying that I'm doing good, but I'm actually not. And,
I'm going to change now.
yeah, right. He's finally gotten through to me. No, it's not going to happen. So.
Never. That's what I think too. Whenever a lot of things that I'll yell at Jim, he's constantly counter surfing, and so whenever he does it, we yell at him every single time he does it, and he continues to do it. And so now we usually Jim, get off of there. And now every time it's just, Jim, in what world has that ever been okay? We've yelled at you every single time. Every single time me and my roommates say that to him. And then also he's a big picker-upper.
Yeah.
Loves to pick up socks and
Yeah.
things. Won't give them up. It's impossible to get them from him. And so I'll go from like multiple stages of trying to take something from him where it's like starts out as like, Jim, drop it now, like drop it right now. And then like I'll like grab it and he won't let me have it. And so I'll get real close to him. I'll be like, come on, Jim, just drop it for me, buddy.
Just a little.
I'm like, please, will you just drop it? And then when he doesn't do that, then I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go get the treats. And then I drop it. He's like, oh, I know drop it all of a sudden.
Yeah, right.
Oddly enough, I knew the command the whole time.
And that's why we can't talk to our dogs in baby talk because it's just too much.
It is.
Yeah, right.
So it's the stage, yet again, the stages of just upsetness with my
Yeah.
dog, where it starts out as anger, then pleading, and then here's a treat.
Denial. Yeah.
But yeah, we talked about that. We also went over some Valentine's date fails. So if you're feeling down bad yesterday, you might not feel down bad as some of the people who actually did go on a date.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
feel better when you hear about the muffin story.
Oh, man.
yeah.
That's a bad one. It's a bad
Well,
one.
feel free to text if you have anything to add, 877 to Radio U, or you can always email riot@radiou.com. But we hope you had a great day yesterday, whatever it included, and we hope you have a great day today.
And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on Radio U.
You know the Oscars are coming up, right?
Yes, but were they pushed or which one's which?
They're late.
They're late this year?
The Grammys were the ones that's actually been rescheduled.
Okay.
I don't know when those are because I don't care. But they did get rescheduled. The Oscars has always been scheduled very late. Like not always in history.
Sure.
But always this year they were intending to hold it a little much later than normal. And that is March 27th will be the Oscars. And this year they're doing something a little differently. This year, they are going to honor a popular movie that the fans
Do you know
decide.
what that means, guys?
What does that mean?
That means it's like the Spider-Man stuff where we enjoy it,
Uh-huh.
but it never gets any other nominations except for like sound
Yep. That's
or design. It
That's-
doesn't get anything else.
100%
Because
what this is.
That's pandering because they won't acknowledge these movies in any other award categories that are some of the bigger ones.
Right.
But they think that by doing this that you'll watch the Oscars.
That's what they're hoping for. So if you remember, there was a time a while ago in the last few years that they floated the idea of having a category called Outstanding Achievement in Popular Film.
Sure.
But that was mocked because it sounds just like what you're saying. Pandering and what is the popular movies not good enough to be honored in the other, the other categories. So that idea was dropped. But that sounds like that would have sounded like something that the actual Academy would vote on. This is, I guess, the replacement for that, the continuation of that idea where they are going to honor the Oscars fan favorite, which will be chosen by people tweeting the hashtag Oscars fan favorite.
It feels wrong.
Between now and
guys.
March 3rd.
No, it feels wrong.
And 3 people who use that hashtag
What are we winning?
will win a trip to the Oscars and get to present an award.
Oh, no, this is still pandering, guys. This is still this.
Yeah, you see, I don't know if it appeals to people that they want to appeal to, the Spider-Man fans. I don't know if it's appealing to them or if it's appealing to me, who is a big Oscars fan and wants to go to the Oscars and would love to present at the Oscars and would also like to vote at the Oscars.
That's hoping a lot.
I would like to vote, but I'm not going to vote for the movie that's the most popular.
Now
I saw
you-
Spider-Man. I would not vote for it.
You take that back.
No,
okay?
I'm not.
People don't want to hear
Hey,
that.
Listen to this.
What?
I watched Shang-Chi
Yeah.
earlier this week. Better than Spider-Man.
You like that? Well, that's an option.
It is a popular movie. That was the second highest grossing.
You can, let's see, tweet your favorite up to 20 times a day. Oh, my God.
I'm not doing that. I'll do it once.
You
I will
spam
do
the
it
whole
once,
thing.
but I need to see more movies. I've got until March 3rd. I've got to see a few more before I decide what's my fan favorite
So
for the
some
year.
of them that they're throwing out would be, Spider-Man, Venom, the Shang-Chi one. What else? I think that Dune could also. Even
F9.
Oh, gosh, yeah. All
I don't think that's anybody's favorite, is it?
Well, there's some options, and then that way for the Oscars, they really want you to watch.
Yeah.
Now, none of the other categories are hitting a lot of the movies that we liked,
No.
but they hope this will change your minds.
It says, so for the top 5 movies that made the most money in 2021, they only received, between those 5 movies, 2 total nominations. those were both for best visual effects, Spider-Man and Shang-Chi.
That's it.
But I feel like Spider-Man, I mean, any of them, they could have been awarded or at least nominated for more things. But then again, I did watch Spider-Man. It's fine. It's fine. It should not be awarded for Best Picture.
But it made so much money that to just completely
Well, that's
ignore
its
it.
award.
Diamonds might be most girls' best friend, but for Nikki, it's DoorDash. The Riot on Radio U.
How far would you go to get out of work and still get paid for it?
Well, that's the big part.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I've seen people go pretty far.
Yeah, I mean, people would. I wouldn't. I come into work when I probably shouldn't because I'm like, I can't miss a day.
You have always been good with that.
Yeah, there's don't forget about that other Friday where it snowed. Other than that,
You've been good?
yeah.
But we have read a lot of articles
yeah.
especially when maybe, I don't know, like March Madness gets closer
Yeah.
or certain big game release days or just things where people will maybe saying it worked the system
Yeah.
to try to get out of those days.
Not everybody has our work ethic. Not everybody sold their soul to the company store.
But remember, again, it's getting the day off while still getting paid.
That's a
Anyone
big
can just
one.
get the day off.
Of course.
But you want to get money, too.
We have a woman here in Fulton County, Georgia, who is accused of faking being pregnant to get out of work.
Oh, so like, what is that called? Maternity leave?
Yeah, but this is not just so simple either. This is a long con that she was pulling off. This woman, the counts she faces, 4 felony counts, which is crazy. Who knew that faking being pregnant could be a felony? But it says she is up for 3 counts of false statements and 1 count of identity fraud.
Wow.
So she was working for the Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency. And the story goes, she's 43 years old. She said that she was pregnant in October of 2020 and announced she had given birth in May of 2021.
The whole thing.
She did.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
It was an entire fake pregnancy, months and months and months, where it seems that sometimes she was coming into work while still being fake pregnant.
Sure.
Because part of the reason they decided that they eventually brought this up
Gotcha.
is because somebody said they saw her stomach come away from, that's a quote, come away from the rest of her body.
Oh, so
she was wearing
it.
one of those pregnant bellies. Whoa. Yeah, I've seen those. And
Yeah.
I was like, why would anybody want this? And it's, I guess, to get out of work
So
is at least one reason.
They had approved about 7 weeks of paid leave, and that's the big problem. You can, I guess, lie all you want and still come into work and
Yeah,
stuff,
right.
but it was the paid leave that then it became a bigger issue.
Yeah, so she, but think about that though. She said she was pregnant in October and then only wound up getting 7 weeks of paid leave. So she was planning ahead in October. Months down the line, I'm gonna want some paid time off, and I don't know how I'm gonna get it. It's gonna have to be a lot. Fake pregnancy.
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
I'll let you do that one.
Yeah, but there's so many. It's just so crazy how how they came to find out that she was fake pregnant. For example, the GVRA employees. They said that she sent pictures out, as you would after you give birth. But the pictures appeared to be, this is the quote, inconsistent and depicted children with varying skin tones.
So she was.
Can you imagine the hot goss around the office? All the employees compare. Hey, how do you bring that up?
Don't know.
Did Stacy send you any pictures of the baby? Because. Wait, that's the picture you got? Because that doesn't look like the one I got.
It seems like she just it was too much of a lie.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, that's when it started to unravel.
You still hate to be the person that was going to actually bring it up, though.
Yeah.
That was you're eventually become so sure that I'm going to accuse this woman of not actually being pregnant or having a baby.
Well, that was human resources who had to do that. And they said that she had faked several pregnancies. So she tried
Got
this.
a track record.
She had a track record for that, which is why she has been indicted on 4 felony counts.
She got away with it for a while. So I feel like you got to give her a little bit of credit, right?
I just
She
don't
put a
understand.
lot of effort into it.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. Like, how do you not realize eventually you will be found out?
You know what? You're right.
It's the rush.
Lower your expectations enough and you'll never be disappointed. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
You know, when you're a kid, it's weird the things you're afraid of, right?
Sure.
You have any weird ones from when you were a kid?
Gosh, I mean, probably a bit nervous about the dark.
Yeah, right?
Maybe. And I never liked to have my door like closed and like be away from it.
Okay.
So you just always wanted to see if something was coming.
Yeah, I get that. Still.
I think that's about it.
So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty sensible for
Is
a
it?
child.
Yeah, I
think
tried to be.
Yeah, I think you carry that into your adult life.
Thank you.
But you know, for a lot of kids though, especially the younger you are, you're afraid of the most random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's really inexplicable, and it seems that as you grow up and become an adult, that you kind of leave that behind. But let's be honest. The truth is, we're still afraid of things that we know full well. Like, I mean, think about all the people that are afraid of getting on planes, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense because you can even tell the people. I mean, that's what phobias are, right? They're fears of things where even if you get the logical explanation of, don't worry, you don't have to be afraid of this thing because
you're still afraid.
Yeah, you're still afraid. And the fears change as you go through life, but there's still definitely fears, and the fears make no sense. But even as much as you can understand and have all this knowledge, it doesn't mean your fear is going to go away. Here's what's crazy. God says that he will give you so much peace that you will be he says peace that's beyond understanding. Basically, all the knowledge in the world can't stop you from being afraid of some things, but God can. Jesus loves you so much and has the power that when he's a part of your life, he can take away the fear and the anxiety that even all the knowledge in the world cannot. God can give you something that nothing else can. So if you're tired of being afraid of something or worrying about stuff that even though in your mind you know, I shouldn't have to worry about this, it doesn't make sense that I worry about this, or maybe it's stuff that is legitimately stuff you should worry about. Either way, God can help you so that you don't have to worry so much. He can do that when nobody else can. And he's ready to do it right now for you. All you need to do is ask. Say, hey, God, I've got stuff I'm concerned about. I've heard all the explanations. I've heard all the stats or whatever that I should be fine, but I can't stop worrying. I need you to help me with that. And Jesus will. If you want to know more, check out RadioU.com/free gift.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
So, Nikki, imagine for a moment that you were single.
Yeah.
And you were perusing a dating app.
Sure.
You were looking through all the men on there.
Sure.
And they were all holding fish.
Fish? Did I find myself onto a fishing app accidentally?
Well, I mean, I think this is just probably a fantasy you probably have going through a regular dating app.
Oh, no.
You just want to find the guy with what I want to ask you is, which fish would be the big winner for you?
Oh, like
in the pictures.
Okay. I would probably say if someone was more like deep sea fishing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So if it was like, what's the one with the thing that can like impale somebody?
The marlin?
Yeah.
A
like
marlin?
That. Yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Or like a shark that they then put back
Ooh,
and didn't
yeah.
scare it.
Scare it.
Because I don't like people that do the catch and release.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, man, the fish already thought he was gone. Like, just leave it alone.
Yeah. That would be crazy to go through life as a fish.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And like normally everything's just fine, but one day you just get pulled out of the water somewhere you've never been just because you were eating something.
Someone's taking pictures
What
of you.
a way to live.
So.
Well, fortunately, we have a website called FishBrain, which, and if you didn't know, it's a social networking app for fishermen.
Oh, I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, well, obviously. And FishBrain asked, now it's a small sample size, but they asked 235 members of the Virginia Tech chapter of the Tri Delta sorority. Mm-hmm. they wanted them to rate different dating pictures with different fish that people had caught
to see what was more attractive.
To see which fish were the best for dating pictures. And the number one fish on the list was not a marlin, like you said. It was the hogfish.
What's a hogfish?
I don't even know what a hogfish is. It must be really attractive.
I'm looking it up now.
Okay. You find that and tell me what you think of it.
Oh, it's big, but it's weird looking.
It is?
Oh, yeah. I think it's weird.
Oh, wow. Who even fishes for that?
I don't even know how to describe
wow.
it. I've never had a hogfish.
That's huge. No wonder. If you can catch that, I've never even heard of that.
But it's impressive because it's such an impressive looking fish.
You think it's called a hogfish because it kind of looks like a hog?
Yeah, it's pinkish, so it looks like a pig.
Wow. So that is if you're going on a fishing trip.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure you get a picture for your dating profile that's
hogfish?
You got to find the hogfish. Number 2 on the list, it was the queen snapper.
It's the same color.
And if you're looking for the last place, the fish you want to avoid putting in your dating profile, the striped bass.
Aww.
So there you have it.
Do you think I could join the dating fish app?
Fish Brain?
When my only fishing experience has been an Animal Crossing? Like, guys,
I think that's its whole own app.
I could totally put my picture of my Animal Crossing character with a fish. I could totally do that as my profile.
I think you'd still get a lot of messages. I think you definitely...
They'd be very curious.
Definitely would. I would have never... I'm not a fisherman, but I wouldn't even have considered, like... If I was making a dating profile and I was thinking, okay, what do women want? I wouldn't think fish picture.
Yeah.
I would not think, but I don't know. I guess in different parts of the country, or just for different women, like that just shows something. It shows something that you're I don't know, patient. That right? If you're a fisherman, you probably are patient.
It does seem
and that could be good for a relationship, maybe.
It does seem like that's what that's saying. But whatever you want to do, that's fine.
Yep.
And if you're into fishing and you want to meet someone who is also someone who shares your excitement about
for fishing,
then,
for hogfish.
Yeah, you want to find a dating thing that'll help with that.
What they did not do is put people's pictures side by side with and without a fish, and then see which is more attractive.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy dandy fast forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, on Sunday, there was, of course, for the Super Bowl, a lot of new movie trailers that came out. One of them being the new trailer for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Now, I was unaware that was coming, and I somehow managed to miss it, which is good. Don't want to see it.
You mean you missed it during the Super Bowl?
Well, you know what? I thought that I missed it during the Super Bowl, and in doing a little further research, as in reading down in the article, I see that it premiered before kickoff. So it was a part of the broadcast, but it was before the game actually started. And I was out getting wings before the game started. So fortunately, I missed this.
Hudson's not a trailer person if he wants to see the movie.
I know I'm seeing Doctor Strange. I don't need a trailer to spoil stuff for me. But unfortunately, even avoiding the trailer isn't enough anymore because I have, and this is a spoiler alert, if anybody missed the trailer, if anybody's like me, and somehow has missed the news.
No one's like you. Nobody else is like, oh, I can't see the trailer. Everybody who's listening is like, no, say it.
The trailer features what people thought is Professor X.
Yeah.
And
100%.
now we know that it is Professor X. It has been confirmed that Professor X will be in the new Doctor Strange movie, as in the Patrick Stewart Professor X. And there's probably going to be more X-Men showing up as well. Some people even think Deadpool might show up.
Well, they say that because this is like, if you look online, people have zoomed in.
I know. Isn't that incredible?
On every part of this trailer, and they're like, that looks like Deadpool.
That red little like blurry thing in the background, I think that's him. I can't be sure though.
So I don't know at this point, but man, people have taken apart this trailer to see what all's in the background.
This is why trailers are bad. Because all this stuff, they might not have even, it's Marvel, so they probably knew what they were doing. But some of this stuff, they might not have even really fully comprehended that they were it was just footage. They're just putting in stuff from the movie. There's nothing glaringly obvious that gives away anything from the movie, right? No, I don't think so. But they weren't accounting for people zooming in on stuff.
You're right. Marvel probably did.
freeze-framing it.
They probably, I mean, they're so bad at hiding things. They probably had no idea. They showed a little glimpse of Deadpool in the background.
So Marvel fans are excited because that would be X-Men stuff in this.
Yeah. Are you excited, Isaiah?
Yes, I'm extremely excited.
As somebody who watched the trailer.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I was pumped before the trailer because it's Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
He's my
so
favorite
why even
character.
watch the trailer, right?
Because I'm so excited for the movie. I want to give little sneak peeks. So this made me even more excited. Because every time I see like a little thing for it, it just amps me up a little bit more. So it keeps it in my head a little bit.
What trailers are for?
No,
Do you hear
it's
the balanced approach to that? It's not ruining it. It's just getting you
It
excited.
is ruining it because think about how excited you would be if you're just in the movie. Oh, it's Doctor Strange. What? Professor X? But now that's not going to happen.
That's how I was a couple days ago. I was like, what? Professor X? But it was just a different time. So I was real excited.
But now you're going to go through the movie and you're just going to be like, oh, and there's not going to be a moment. You're just going to be because it's already been spoiled.
The whole movie hasn't been spoiled. They just spoiled one little thing, which makes it more exciting.
It's a pretty big thing.
So I'm thinking it'll drive more people to the theater
First
is what
off,
it's going to do.
I want us to all go into the theaters next time going,
Yeah, oh my gosh, Professor X. Oh my gosh, this. I'm sure I'll have plenty of oh my goshes during the movie that'll make up for being able to see this a little bit early. So it just got my excitement up on Sunday along with the Super Bowl. We all watched the trailer together during the Super Bowl, and it was a real exciting moment for us.
Now you're not supposed to just watch the trailer. Now, now that we're a day or so after, you're supposed to go online and just reflect on all the screenshots that everybody has seen.
And all the reflections in the screenshots that spoil all of the big reveals of the movie.
So that's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and that's coming out May 6th. So we're getting closer.
They're really killing me because I didn't tell you guys this. So when I went and saw Spider-Man in the theater, I stayed all the way through the end, because there's always the, post-credit scenes and whatever, which I hate. And I hate
what do you like?
Well,
Yes.
I like good movies.
We'll never get
That
through
is
a trailer
beginning.
segment without Hudson having this combo of him saying, I hate trailers.
I liked the Jurassic World trailer because I didn't know
That
if I
was a
would want
good
to go
one.
see the movie. And
It
now
was
I
good.
know, but I already knew I wanted to see Doctor Strange, so I don't want it spoiled.
But what did you hate at the
What
end?
I hated at Spider-Man was that their post-credit scene was literally a trailer for Doctor Strange. I felt bilked. I felt duped. I felt like the wool had been pulled over my eyes.
Yeah.
That's what they do with every single post-credit scene. It's always, here's a glimpse at the next movie almost every time.
It's an allusion to the next movie, but it's not just a literal trailer.
Yeah, that was a big one.
That was a bad one. And I'm not so I've already had some of Doctor Strange spoiled for me. Now, again, avoiding the trailer isn't even enough because everybody's just going to post all the headlines about all the things that were in the trailer. So
Might as well not even
just
see
watch it. I
Might as well just skip it.
Yeah, that's right. I might as well.
Isaiah, if you could write this down, never see a movie with Hudson.
Yes,
So
precisely.
if you could put that down.
He's going to be the guy in the theater screaming the entire movie. Dr. X, oh my gosh, Professor X. Everyone's going to be like, who's this guy? Does he even watch the movies?
How did he not know anything?
My childlike wonder is going to ruin it for everybody.
Oh, your childlike hate of everything.
No,
Yes.
I will enjoy it in the proper venue. And seeing it in a screenshot on this computer is not the proper venue.
That's not how you
to
wanted it
see that
spoiled.
Professor X is in the movie.
You have lots of oh my goshes. It's okay. While you're going do-to-do-to-do through the movie.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So we have a guy in Utah. His name is Victor Chavez Zuniga, and he's 27 years old. He was pulled over a late night highway stop in Utah, and he was found to have an extra finger.
Not
And
on
you're
him.
like, is that a crime?
Well, he was pulled over for a broken headlight. That's what always gets everybody.
Yeah, right.
And then they found out that he has a lot of active warrants for him.
Yep.
And so when that all happened, then they're like, well, let's take a peek-see in the car.
Yep.
To see what else is in here. And then that's when they found something.
So they start searching his wallet, and in his wallet, they found a severed finger in a cloth wrap.
Can you imagine finding that? Oh,
I
it was decaying as well. It's not like it was
Fresh?
pickled or
Preserved.
Like it wasn't like that.
And it had been sitting for a while, it
Gross.
seems, in his wallet, which just sounds uncomfortable.
Well, why don't you want like a flat wallet? I mean, my
You
wallet.
do, but I mean, you've seen dads, right?
Well, that's
Some
normally
things get out of hand. You start getting a few receipts.
out of hand.
Say, yeah,
What you doing there?
yeah, that was intentional. Sometimes the receipts start to pile up. The
cards.
gift cards with like $1.23, and who knows what else is in there. And then all of a sudden, it's all bulgy. And sometimes that also includes a finger.
I just feel like the finger would really keep it so uncomfortable and hard to stay in there. So they say that they removed it. They noticed it because it was decaying. No one says, though, why he has the
that
finger
has not
in
been
there.
revealed. So
it has not been revealed.
Here's
at
the
this
other
time.
thing. Is it a crime? Obviously, he had warrants and stuff, so
Yeah.
they had other reason to take him in anyways. Is it a crime to have a finger? To have a severed finger?
I'm going to let you Google that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I think it depends.
I just don't want to see pictures of it, that's
I know.
for sure.
I think it depends on the whys, and I don't think you're really supposed to.
It depends on if the person you cut it off of wants it back.
Yes, like that leads to more investigations.
Yeah.
So I don't know officially if that adds anything else to him, but he has plenty of other stuff warrant-wise to keep him busy.
Listen to this.
Don't tell it. Don't tell it.
They removed the finger from the cloth wrap. A noticeable foul smell
Of course.
was observed.
Oh, why would he have that?
It was beginning to turn green, and the fingernail appeared to be decayed.
That's what happens.
The fingernail would decay first before the rest of it, or
Probably.
I don't want to think about it.
Maybe the fingernail falls off.
Maybe that's why it was cut off. The fingernail's starting to turn green. If somebody was like, I don't want this anymore.
You know,
Maybe he was doing him a favor.
I don't like to know these things because I know like he's got problems, but then I don't like to find out when we read these stories that there's deeper problems. I don't want to know
What?
why
That there's
he
somebody
has,
without a finger?
I just don't know. I don't want to know why he has the finger.
There's not a good answer. There's not a reasonable explanation for that, right?
I'd love it if he gets mad, like he's a bad driver. He's
Yeah.
mad at people around him. He just gives them the finger. But it's the finger from his wallet. I don't want to know.
We'll
Let's
leave
not
it at
do
that.
This. Yeah, well, I don't want to know any updates on it.
Hudson sees the glass as half empty. But get this. He thinks a glass half empty is good. The Riot. Radio U.
We have a person who, it's a woman who basically is demanding that people around her talk to her newborn baby. Actually, it's a 3-year-old, not a newborn. Talk to her 3-year-old using baby talk only.
It's weird.
Is that weird?
Well, there's more to the story, which I think makes it weird.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like her sister who babysits her 3-year-old.
Okay.
Which everybody says is a baby, but I don't think that's a baby.
No, you should be talking to a 3-year-old like it's a grown up, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about baby talk, but I feel like there's a little problem between the two sisters.
Yeah, you think?
Because in this Reddit forum, the sister with the 3-year-old's like, yeah, she's the backup babysitter who watches like once a month.
Yeah.
Because she's not really a kid person.
Oh, I
so
see.
I feel like there's a bit of conflict concerning that.
Uh-huh.
And so she's mad at her sister that she won't talk to this 3-year-old like a baby, instead like an adult, when
Mm-hmm.
she hears her talk baby talk to her cat. So that's some of the conflict with it.
So where do we stand on this?
I don't
If you were
know.
babysitting,
Do
a
I talk baby
3-year-old?
talk?
You definitely talk baby talk to your dogs, right?
Well,
Do you?
yes,
Yeah.
I do.
All the
it's
time?
It's not baby talk. I talk to them like doggy talk.
Dog.
It's different.
What's the difference?
It's less babyish. But
Less?
it's like, I feel like my dogs have a voice.
Yeah, of course.
And so the voice in the head is just a tiny bit more childish. Because my dog acts like a child.
Well, that's for sure. I don't talk to my dog differently.
It's more like a goofy voice,
only-
less baby talk.
The only time I would talk to my dog in like a baby talk style is when it's like, who's a good dog?
Who's a good boy?
But normally, if I'm telling my dog, I would never yell "shut up" at a baby, but I would at my dog.
But do you say it
'Cause
in
she
that
won't
same,
shut up.
But do you say it in that same tone?
Yes, if not angrier, more forceful. But for a
that's-
3-year-old,
I think dog talk is one thing, and I don't think it's baby talk.
no, it's not. And so cat talk is also different than baby talk.
Yeah, I think so.
But I think that's losing the issue. For a 3-year-old, how should you be talking to them? Like, or younger even? I don't know. See, 3 years old makes it tough because I was thinking if it's an actual baby and the mom was like, if you're going to talk to my baby, you got to talk to it like it's a baby. And so you got to be like, oh, it looks like somebody needs a diaper. This is the worst. I should not be taking care of children.
Wow, your baby
That was
talk
a bad
is
baby
something.
talk.
I don't like
This
that.
is why I talk to them like an adult because it's really weird if I start talking as doing baby talk. But no,
Sure.
it's like if it was a baby and you were like, I guess you need a diaper change. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
To say that to them?
Hearing you say it, yes, it's weird.
So it makes sense for a real, actual like baby
Yeah.
that you would want to talk in baby talk. But once they're 3 years old, I think you could have a full on conversation with a 3-year-old.
Well, this
right?
lady, though, is still mad that her sister communicates with her cat in a baby voice all the time.
Uh-huh.
And when the sister brought this up, says she told me that her cats are never learning how to speak, so it doesn't matter for them.
Ooh, actually, that's a
And
good point.
then the mom, it feels like she's been dismissed and that the sister's prioritizing her cats over her niece.
So it would be tough to be the sister in this situation that's, the babysitter. Because she's right. She's definitely right.
Well, it just
But
makes
you have
me
to
wonder,
honor the mom's wishes.
I don't know. Well, it also, this whole thing just made me realize, like, am I hurting my dogs and cat by talking to them that way? Or
You
do I need
think?
to bring them up?
Yeah. Do you need, maybe you could raise their intelligence
I do.
and increase their vocabulary.
By talking to the more grown-up animals.
That's, and just your tone too.
Yeah.
It make them a little more, maybe emotionally intelligent if you talk to them like an adult.
Rollo, I'm still looking at you. You're the worst out of all of them.
Just try this, Nikki. Shut up!
I don't say shut up to my dog. Okay, maybe every so often.
See?
I say be quiet, and I use a tone.
Oh, yeah.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
Now, how many Brazilian butt lifts is too many?
A BBL.
Yeah. You stop after 1, 2.
I don't like people like drawing attention to oneself.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like if someone gets a bottom lift,
Yeah.
a lot of times it's
Because
bigger.
they want attention.
Yeah. And so I think none is enough.
Yeah. 0.
Normally it's the other way of like, let's make it smaller. So
Yeah, right.
I don't know what we're supposed
That's
to
a
do.
good point. Well, we have a woman here. She is a Serbian-Swedish woman. Her name is Natasha Crown, 27 years old. And in her 27 years on this earth, she has already undergone 5 Brazilian butt lifts.
She wants to have the biggest bottom in the world.
I think she's done it.
Aww.
I think she's made it. Now the story is not just about her butt lifts.
Yeah.
The story continues on that she believes that her butt lifts are intimidating men. She hasn't been in a real relationship for 7 years.
Oh, and she thinks it's because of that.
And she thinks that men are scared of her. Afraid is the word she uses. And as a man, I'd like to say,
Are you going to say yes?
Yes, I am.
That's
I am
it?
afraid. I see this. I don't like commenting on people's bodies,
Sure.
judging them, except when you do stuff to your own body. So if you're going to get tattoos and body modifications and plastic surgery, that's a choice you're making.
Sure.
It's not it's not a physical issue that you have no control over. You have control over this.
But some people get addicted to it.
Yeah.
So, like, you can tell she's had a lot of other plastic surgery.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like she's just...
That's right. It's not just the butt that I'm afraid of
No.
either.
I think she's stuck doing all that
Yeah.
to try to become her perfect look. Mm-hmm. And she needs some doctors to stop saying yes.
I think she needs one more doctor to say yes.
To put it all back?
To put it back together
You
the way it
can't.
was.
I don't think you can.
What? I mean, it's 2022. If they can make her look like this,
They can
they
take
should
it
be able
away?
to make her not look like this.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, I think
Whatever they can do is better than this.
so. No more.
This is the worst case scenario.
Well, it's hard because you see a lot of celebrities who have this look about them.
None of them have this look.
Okay, Hudson, never mind that. I'm just trying to say, well, maybe this is why she has that drive.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's her persona. That's her whole life.
Yeah.
That's everything about her. She's had all these BBLs, Brazilian bottom lifts.
Yeah.
So, like, that's her whole thing. And that would probably be intimidating, yes, if she's trying to find someone.
It's tough too because a lot of times, and I don't know, maybe they just pick like the best picture from a way back time in life, but like they show pictures of her before it all happened, and she is a very nice looking woman. So I don't know, maybe things started to go downhill and then the BBLs came into place, but I don't think that's the case. I think she would have been just fine if she would just accepted who she was, but for some reason
Just wanted a
there was
different
something
look.
that got her started, and now it's definitely gone downhill.
That's why whenever anybody's like, oh, you want to go do, something or change your look up, you're like, no, because you never know when.
It could make it worse.
It could just start that whole domino
Yeah,
thing.
and
Aw, well, she's lonely, though, it seems like.
yeah, it is. Well, I mean, that's. I don't know what the solution is. If they can't put her back,
You
know?
already said the solution to you. You're like, put her back.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't know. Like,
Aw.
I mean, it's one thing to learn to accept yourself when you're just yourself, but once you start letting doctors change who yourself is,
Yeah.
and they make it worse, then I don't know what you do.
I don't know either.
So I don't know. You know what? The other thing is this is the other thing I question, which has nothing to do with like the relationship side of things, but how does she find clothes? You think she has to get them custom made?
Maybe.
Like,
It's
They don't just sell clothes like that.
some is stretchy. It's just probably
Guess
stretchy
you're right.
clothes.
I just think some of it would be stretched out and the rest of it would be
I
normal.
don't think she cares.
Yeah. Like it'd just be hard to find clothes that would make yourself look good in that scenario too. So.
Sure.
I mean, it
Well,
must
you're
be tough.
finding all the problems with this,
Yeah,
aren't
you're right.
you?
You know what I'm gonna do? Close out.
And you're done.
Yep. Not gonna think about her
Hey,
anymore.
no more advice from Dr. Hudson.
No. My advice is don't do it.
Okay. Don't start.
Yeah.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on RadioU.
We're doing a food fight right now. It is
we
food fight time.
Decided to not have so much coffee because we wanted to try the new Baya energy drinks from Starbucks.
But did you see
What?
that this is made with caffeine naturally found in coffee?
Well, it's the coffee fruit.
Coffee fruit.
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
So with this, it's 3 flavors. They're kind of in gas stations and grocery stores now, and then they'll be available at Starbucks on March 1st. They're trying to make what would be like a healthier energy drink.
Mm-hmm.
So this one has 90 calories and 160 milligrams of caffeine. So I did a little research. Coffee cup, like a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
95 milligrams.
So it's about the same as a cup of coffee?
160.
Oh,
so.
yeah, right.
Like double.
Double.
Yeah, and if you think
Okay.
about a Bang has about 300 milligrams
Okay.
per Bang.
Yeah.
So they say that normally up to like 400 milligrams of caffeine is good for the day, but you're not supposed to have it all in like one drink.
Yeah.
So for this, they're trying to really promote the natural sort of thing, and then it's got vitamin C, which they think will help you during the day.
And to control our caffeine intake, we've all split these up into so that we're not drinking a whole
Little sippers.
Yeah.
Little sippy cups.
We're just taking little shots of the Baya Energy.
So there's a raspberry lime, pineapple passion fruit, mango guava, and when taken out of the cans, man, they smell.
They
are.
have a
aggressive
strong
scent.
smell, but it's not bad.
It's potent.
Yeah, it is potent. So which one's which flavor do you think is going to be the best?
The best flavor?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to like the pineapple the best.
Oh yeah,
It's got a good smell to it.
you think pineapple as well?
I'll go with that. What do you want to taste first?
I'm looking forward to the raspberry. So you don't like
That's what I'm
raspberries?
kind of nervous about.
Really?
Worst.
You want to
Let's
try
try
that one
something,
first, and maybe I'll like it the most.
No,
and
let's
you
just get it over
Get
with.
it over with.
So this is a raspberry lime Baya Starbucks energy drink.
All right,
Well,
it's bubbly.
a lot about
That's weird.
Tastes kind of good.
the raspberry feels a little flat. Maybe you know,
Yeah.
like when something's so carbonated, but
I mean,
the
it's
lime
not.
helps it.
It's not. Ooh, no.
What?
I have a problem.
What happened?
It tasted fine at first, and I appreciated that it was like normally when you have an energy drink, it's like blasts you in the face with whatever the flavor is and sweetener, whether real or artificial or whatever. And this didn't do that. So that was all fine and appreciated. But now I have an aftertaste.
You don't want that?
I don't like an
Really?
instant aftertaste. You guys don't have that?
I don't really have much of an aftertaste.
Like on the back of my tongue.
Well, get ready.
You ever,
'cause
like-
you're gonna have more.
It's
Yeah.
like when some certain candies, when you like hard candies.
You get a little tingle?
Like maybe Jolly Ranchers or something, like you still have the coating in your mouth after
Yeah.
you eat it.
Well, that's the
That's what I
coffee
feel
fruit
like.
energy.
Yeah, right. But I appreciate that it's a little lighter.
Yeah.
A little less in your face.
So you want to do mango?
Sure, let's do
Okay,
the
mango guava of the Baya energy drinks.
I don't even know what a guava is.
Yeah, we had to talk through some of the fruits for Hudson.
I don't know what a guava is. I also don't know. We have passion fruit coming up next.
I don't like that one.
No, me neither.
I
That
wonder
tastes
what makes-
bad.
I wonder what is making that wrong. I
has-
like mango.
That one has more of a watery, like
Watered down taste.
Yeah, like
I like mango too, but that is just terrible.
Yeah,
I mean that's bad.
Oh, guys, I don't like energy
I can't even
drinks.
drink it again. I went to do
Yeah.
it and I can't
No, I
even do
don't-
it. I sniffed it and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get past that.
It must be
one
the
is-
guava.
Yes.
Is that what's holding it down?
Don't put that on mango. Mango is fine. It's guava that's the problem.
Last energy drink. These are the Baya Starbucks, the pineapple passion fruit, which we think when opening, that was the best smell. But I don't know about that. They all taste flat. They all just
Yeah.
do. Well,
They're all like middle of the road, don't you think?
my tongue
Like it
doesn't-
doesn't feel like an energy drink. It doesn't feel like sparkling water. It doesn't feel like a soda. It just feels like
It kind of reminds me
There.
of 7-Up fruit flavored 7-Up
Yeah.
ones. Because
I agree.
flat, like you left it out for a bit,
Right.
And then you added more water.
like what? Yeah. What's
Yeah,
even
it's
the
the
point of
weird
having
part.
the
Anyway, that's it.
bubblies?
Your ice cubes melted.
Yes. Like,
Yes, that's 100%.
usually
It is
energy
like-
drinks too are like really like aggressively flavored to where like you feel like, oh, I would get energy from this. These taste so watery that I'm not even convinced that they'll give me any energy.
So
At
it's
all.
Yeah, which actually that's nice. I
Yeah, I don't
appreciate that
mind.
aspect of it. I would like
I
to
don't
have an
mind it.
energy drink that doesn't punch me in the face,
That's
but
true. It's
but I
a-
also would like it to taste good.
160 milligrams of caffeine. I think that is the issue. We are so programmed with energy drinks to be like Bang or Rain, to where it's pretty much like a melted popsicle. Like it's super sugary, super strong. This just feels watered down.
Yeah, you're so
Weird.
Yeah, you're so dead on with the melted ice cube thing. That's what it's like. It's because it's that, like a watered down flavor. Not really like you can get a little bit of the carbonation, but not a lot. It's just
Is that a
I
pass?
don't know. Like
Yeah, it's a for
weird.
sure pass. I would never buy one of these. I would never buy one.
How much did you pay for
And-
these?
I don't know. I bought 2 sets of each flavor, and
Yeah.
I would tell you, I felt stupid going to go check out.
Yeah.
Because it felt like I was a super fan.
It says
Yeah, you're like, oh, I love these.
Yeah.
Been waiting for the release. They have 22 grams of sugar too, which for an energy drink
Is a
is a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
Usually they like advertisements like, oh, 0 sugar, and then they have all
Right.
like the fake sugars.
Yeah.
But that's a lot, and for it to have so much sugar and not be very sugary
Yeah.
is very surprising.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Everybody have a good Valentine's Day yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm playing the part of the audience.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, we did, Hudson. Thanks for asking. Or no, we hated it.
Yeah, there has to be somebody out there who like had a rough one, huh?
I'm sure.
Oh,
wanna-
for sure. I was thinking about that yesterday, too. I was like, you know, coming into today even, people are waking up, and there's people that didn't have Valentine's yesterday, and they did their own thing, you know?
Uh-huh.
But there's everything you see on, like, Instagram and stuff is going to be, like, so positive. Like, everything is, like, all, like, the perfect scenario. But I feel like there had to be some bad ones yesterday that happened that nobody's sharing on social media. You don't see those ones.
They might not be ready to talk about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Right. It's a
But-
little fresh.
I was scrolling yesterday, and I found this story that made me it did make me kind of sad, but then it made me kind of laugh too at the same time, because it's one of those where like there's so many fails that happened yesterday of people that planned out like the perfect thing and they had it all in their head, and then when they actually went to do it,
Oh, it didn't work out.
it was just so bad. So I have this story here of this high schooler. who had a crush on this girl, right? And he's at, like in lunch, and during Valentine's Day, a lot of times like you can like give your secret admirer a rose or like a card. You know, they do like I think they're called like Valentine's Day like gifts or whatever, like baskets that they have that you can buy at lunch.
They are called Valentine's Day gifts.
That's what they're called. They have a thing. They're called like give it to your secret admirer, whatever they're called. But so he decided that he was gonna do like a secret admirer for one of the girls that he liked, right? So he paid one of his friends to write on a card to give to her so that she wouldn't like recognize his handwriting, right? And so they all are at lunch and they watch the teacher like give it to the girl, and obviously she's with all of her friends and she's like laughing or whatever, giggling that she got one, and then all of a sudden she goes back to the table and she starts to write one, and so they're all kind of confused, and then the teacher starts walking towards their table. And he's like, oh my gosh, she's about to bring me one, even though how does she know that it's me?
Right.
She hands one to the friend that wrote it.
Oh, no.
And she recognized his handwriting and said that she wanted to go on a date with him.
Wow.
And then he said, and my friend went.
Oh.
And I know.
You're not supposed to do that.
So in my mind, how does he recover from that? Do you try to talk to the girl?
No.
Or do you just let that one go?
You shot your shot. You overthought it, is what you did.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He was being too secret of an admirer.
Yeah, there's
can't
one.
do that.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, obviously he's afraid of his own handwriting being caught, but he didn't even consider that she could catch his friends and then be like, "Oh my gosh, this other guy's into me." But then there's so many fails that happened yesterday. Text in 8772 radio. You tell us if you have any of the fails, because I have had a very bad Valentine's Day fail. Not yesterday, but in my life I've had a very bad one.
Past Valentine's failure.
A past big time failure that I have to share, and it's so terrible. Oh my
Well, if you have anything from yesterday, or if yesterday is just too fresh, if you have anything else in the past,
From the
you're
past.
you're welcome to send it in to 8772 radio. It is hard because people just want the perfect looking Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you just can't help but get some fails.
Oh man, there's got to be a million stories.
The TikToks that are going to come out in the next couple of days are going to be hilarious. Like getting on TikTok and seeing those are going to be hilarious.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Valentine's fails because, everybody's talking about on their social media. You probably just saw all the good that happened on Valentine's
The perfect day.
All the roses and all the chocolates and all the nice dinners and whatnot. But there had to be some bad ones out there too, right?
Well, Sharon was texting and said a few years ago, her Valentine was having a bit of a bad day. Tried to cheer him up by getting a poop emoji bank as like a joke.
Okay.
And then she came home and there were flowers and chocolates for her.
Oh, no.
So I could see that one as being a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's hard to, especially I think after you are, married for a while or whatever, to sometimes gauge the full interest in the other person's interest in Valentine's
and
make sure
gifts.
they match up.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
Yeah, I actually have one from yesterday. That wasn't a Valentine's Day fail, but it was a near fail because I decided that I was just going to do a little Valentine's Day cooking and I made some whoopie pies yesterday.
Whoa.
I know. It's my first time ever making those.
I didn't see any in the break room.
Well,
or
keep on
anything.
listening to the story and you might find out where they all went. So I set them down on my stove yesterday, right? And I go to take one to my mom, and I was going to drop some off for like my brothers and my dad and their girlfriends and whatnot. And I take one to my mom, and I leave Jim out and about in the house. I come back, and I had like 4 of them that were in a little container, all closed up. And I came back, I'm like, where did I put those at? Like, where are they at? And so I'm looking around, and then I'm looking at Jim, and I can just tell. Suspicious.
Did he eat them?
He had tried to open them, and I get down on the floor. They're underneath the couch.
Yeah.
All of them, just all over the place.
No.
All over
So
the
he
place.
didn't even get to eat
He
them.
didn't get to eat them, but he couldn't get it opened,
Wow.
and he ended up tossing it, and they were under there.
You
Jim
would
the
have had a bigger
dog.
problem because if they were chocolate, you would have had to make them throw up.
Oh yeah, it would have been terrible. So that was my little Valentine's Day fail from
Wow.
yesterday.
Now Jim's ruined all of our
That's
Valentines.
because you
Yes.
didn't get Jim anything.
I didn't get Jim anything. I thought about it though. I thought about it, but I didn't. But I've got some other ones here, and the first one that stuck out to me here is this man that said he put a ring. He was going to propose to his wife or his girlfriend at the time in a muffin. terrible place to put
No,
money.
that's bad.
She swallows it without realizing. He said, cost me a fortune, so now I've become the toilet ninja.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
I wouldn't want
That's on
anybody.
you, though.
I wouldn't want anybody to tell that story. I would want to keep that really private.
Oh, yes. How terrible.
How do you, like, what do you do?
wait.
Obviously, you wait.
Yeah.
Do you look for it, though?
Yeah.
You
What do you mean? Do you know how much that costs?
Yes, I know how much it costs, but I guess you do have to look
Did
for it.
you-
Are you going to find it, though?
Did you look for your whoopie pies?
You're right. I did look for the whoopie pies. I did. I
You'd be
did look
looking
for them.
jewelry, too.
Yes. There's no chance of finding it, though. I just don't think you will.
You don't think you'd find the ring?
Mm-mm.
I think
depending on how
you're
much
gonna
it
find
costs,
the ring.
you will find the
You're
ring.
gonna collect all of the stool until you find it, and then see the problem is you have to dig through it, but
Oh gosh.
you clean it out enough, you clean it off enough, you can return it, and
Oh,
you think you can return it with a
geez.
straight face and not have the jeweler know?
I wouldn't
think
even
you could.
feel a little bit bad. I wouldn't even feel bad returning
You
it.
would?
No, I would not
You would
feel
not?
bad. No, I wouldn't feel bad. I clean it up, and then
Yeah,
I
you go
turn
through
it
the
in.
trouble of cleaning it.
Guess
Cleaning
what?
it.
It's not even you guys because you're not the one wearing it. So
We're also not the ones who swallowed it and have to collect our stool.
This isn't on the girl, though. He put it in a muffin.
Yeah.
Like, why in a muffin? Of
Yeah.
all things, like, what are you doing with a muffin?
He did not think that went through.
No, he didn't think that
He
went
deserves
through.
everything he had to go through with that, and his wife doesn't. It's not her fault.
but she's
No.
the one who had to go through it.
But
Yeah.
she went through a lot more than he did.
But
He had to
she
pick through the poop, though.
deserves a new ring.
Yes.
Oh, for
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
There's no way. Some of the other ones I've got here, he said, tried to make a fancy apple rosé tart. Ended up in the hospital because he cut his finger. Anytime you get injured, if you get
Yeah.
injured doing anything, that's never a fun one. I've got cooking my husband a romantic dinner, steaks on the grill and sauteed scallops. Caught the grill on fire, burnt the steaks, and while I'm putting out that fire, I burned the scallops, ended up eating pizza on that Valentine's Day.
Hey, you know what?
Hey.
That's not so bad either.
Hey, maybe it was a heart-shaped
I was
pizza.
going to say maybe a heart-shaped
You went
pizza.
down to Donato's, got yourself a heart-shaped pizza. It's probably better anyway.
I mean, steak and scallops sounds good, but,
Yeah, but when you watch all your money burning.
Oh, yeah. When you watch the
That's
money
true.
on the steaks, you're like,
that's
oh,
a good
no.
point. I mean, it's not as much as a ring.
Aw, sometimes you can't help it, but at least you have a story if something happens.
Yeah, and if your relationship can survive any of these things, then that means it's a strong relationship, which is good news. So,
Well, if you have any stories from yesterday, or if everything went well, you're welcome to text in. It was fine.
yeah, that's
It was
right.
great.
You're welcome to text in at 8772 RadioU.
Happy post-Valentine's to everyone.
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Let's do a clearinghouse of Wordle-related stories.
Yeah,
It's
there's been a few.
There's been several, including, so since the New York Times bought Wordle, they have taken over. It was a few days after they bought it. The transfer has been completed. So now New York Times is in charge of running it. And
For
since
free for now.
Yes. And since they took over, some people are claiming that the puzzles have gotten a lot harder. The words that are the Wordle of the day have gotten a lot more difficult.
Oh,
And so
really?
they're saying the New York Times,
Has
accusing
changed?
them, have changed the game and made it more difficult intentionally for some reason. That is not true. The New York Times would like to let you know that they did not change really anything about the game, except they've taken out some offensive words that you can use as guesses. Words such as, no, I'm just kidding. That'd be funny. No, they are
I
not.
don't need the examples.
So they haven't changed anything as far as the solutions of the game. In fact, the solutions were already predetermined.
A long time.
Yeah, they are. You might have seen before the New York Times actually took over. Some people were saying you can download Wordle, like save the web page, and it will still continue to update because it's already built in
Yeah,
and the
for so
solutions for
long.
each day. So just don't get too mad at the New York Times about that.
I laughed. I saw a story. It didn't pick up much more traction, so I'm not sure if what went from it. But it was a basketball player who would always post his Wordle stuff.
Yeah.
And then he got found out like he'd been cheating and lying on his Wordle score.
Yeah.
And so he said no when the Times bought Wordle. They must have messed something up. So everybody's been just blaming
It's all
the Times.
the New York Times' fault.
It's their whole fault.
So here's some other things. If you're really into Wordle, but you're thinking, and you're even hearing this, and you're like, people think that's too hard. I can solve the Wordle, and it's not even hard for me. Well, how about you try the new game Quordle?
Someone came up with that?
It's a newer one. It's the same as Wordle, except you have to guess 4 words, all with the same kind of guesses.
Is it by the same people or
no? This is a copycat. So that's Quordle, like Wordle, except with a QU. And then this one I tried out yesterday that I'm much better at. I mean, I've never had a problem with Wordle. I eventually figured out, although sometimes it takes me some time. Yesterday I saw Worlderl. It's hard to say. Worlderl.
I know what you're saying.
Worlderl.
So
I can't say it.
World and then
It's Wordle, but with an L, like world.
Yeah.
Even world I can't say. And it's where it shows you an outline of a country.
Yeah.
And you have to guess in the same
country?
Yeah, you have to guess what the country is based off of the outline. If you get it wrong, it'll tell you how far away your guess is, as in miles, kilometers.
Yeah.
From where the actual country is.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of good at. I mean, I'm one for
Say
one.
it again.
I'm pretty good at it.
No, say the
Worldle. That was probably the best one so far.
That was not too bad.
So yesterday I tried it because I saw it trending in news stories and stuff. I got it on the first guess.
Hey.
Yeah, so we'll see. It might be a little forte for me. I might need the Quordle because I need to guess more countries in one thing because one is too easy for me.
Well, a lot of people are still playing Wordle, but I don't know if it's on its way out.
Yeah.
A lot of people are dropping it too.
I mean, if people are complaining, at least that means they care.
You've made it all the way to the end of the Worst of the Riot. This show only exists because of support from listeners like you. Find out more and help out at radiou.com/donate.